If you've been following me on Instagrams, you know I've been doing barbershop in a car wash. As you know, I have a car wash client for like over a year now. We did very well with him. We tripled some months, which is crazy. He has a big dead space in the car wash, which usually car washes, they have a waiting area, but not as big. So actually, I'm gonna put a video that I did on social media. I give you the whole rundown of how it happened. So take a look. Coming from an online business world, this is how I felt about brick and mortar businesses.
Fine, no problem.
And the reason being is I have a bad taste in my mouth from having clients that are brick and mortar. The people that aren't very sound business people, they always complain about the rent, about their employees. And it's like, buddy, nobody asked you to start a business. I never really thought I would dedicate my time to a brick and mortar business just because it felt risky paying for rent, paying employees. With the online business, as long as you have a good product and good marketing, you're hands off. You got a 3PL, you're doing ads. As long as you know what you're doing, you're making money. Recently, an opportunity came up. I had a car wash client with a big dead space. Usually car washes don't have that much waiting space. A partner of mine that has a supplement store that I know through my supplement brand was like, hey, so I couldn't say no. One, because it's a great opportunity. Two, because he's a professional fighter. So that could have been my face. Then we were looking for a barber partner. We had a couple choices, but we ended up vibing with a barber that has had a barbershop for over 10 years in the area. It's like 20 minutes away from the car wash, so it's perfect enough where he's close enough to help us manage it, but also not close enough to where it's eating into his business. I'm gonna document this journey because it's pretty cool. It's also a little easier to create content with a brick and mortar place because I can physically go there and record stuff than when I do online business stuff. You know, screen sharing is not as exciting as actually showing, hey, look, this is what it looked like before, and now this is what we have here. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned to see the launch of the barbershop, and peace. So we're almost done with the build out right now. We're actually gonna go there probably next week to show you once it's 100% done. We're just waiting on the permit. Then we're gonna onboard some barbers and we're gonna launch, right? So there's two reasons why I did the build out physically myself. You know, as a big business person, usually you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to devote your time. But one, this is the first time I'm doing a brick and mortar business, so I want to feel the pain and sweat of setting it up, so I care more about it. Number two, to save money, my dad was helping me. I did pay him. You know, I don't have a trust fund, so I have to pay my dad. I wanted to help my dad. I didn't want to just like leave him alone there, so I helped paint. I helped set everything up. We had a few helpers here and there. And then number three, my mom calls me a pussy for not doing manual labor. So just to prove to her I'm not a pussy, I, you know, did very manly jobs of painting and doing handiwork. So Mom, I am not a pussy. With that said, the barbershop is almost done. It's been kind of sort of smooth, apart from the fact that all the fucking electrical outlets were burned for whatever reason. The lights were not working. The cables were fucked up. It's just, you know, I guess you don't really pay attention to that area because not many people use it, especially after COVID. Apparently people didn't really like to sit inside. It's just a mindset shift. So, you know, they have a nice outside waiting area, so the inside just wasn't really cuddled, right? Like it wasn't taken care of. So we fixed it all up. We painted the walls. We put the barber chairs in, the mirrors now. We're just waiting on the final details. We're putting in all the light switches just so, you know, it passes the permits. We're making everything safe, beautiful, perfect. The walls look awesome. So basically we're gonna launch within the next, I'm hoping 2 weeks, if not 3, but I'm really hoping for a 2-week launch period because, you know, it's been over a month now that we've been just putting the pieces together and everything looks pretty good to go. I think it's a fucking sick idea. I think it's gonna do great because think about it. You go in, you wash your car, full service or detail, you gotta wait for around 40, 50 minutes, maybe even up to an hour when it's really busy, right? So it's the perfect opportunity and a perfect upsell to get your haircut. If I had something like this where I live, because I live like 30, 40 minutes away from this particular car wash, dude, I would fucking go there every single week because I'd be like, okay, I am so efficient. For anyone with a business, listen, time is money, right? But even when you're not a businessman, this is an extra hour that you can spend with your kids, catching up on work, cleaning the house, whatever is like your daily routine is. I think saving an hour to 2 hours is so worth it, which is why I think that this business model is going to do so great. And if it works, I'd love to find other locations and either franchise the whole barbershop idea with a car wash or just find a couple other local car washes that, you know, would be easy for me to
manage and work on in the area. We'll see how it goes. As I said, this is my first brick and mortar business, and like I said in that short vertical video, I never planned on doing a brick and mortar business just because I felt like it was risky because of everything I heard from other people, where everyone would always complain like, oh, this breaks, oh, my employees suck, oh, rent is expensive, whatever else the excuses may be. You know, if you have it in you and this is what you want to do, you will find a way to make it work. So this was a big part of my decision making, that hey, I'm there anyway, I think this will be a great idea, and now I'm gonna have some sort of ownership in the place, which makes me care more about it, right? Having clients is like a double-edged sword, because the income is great, like you're not dealing with the operational expenses of doing marketing for businesses, but you're also on thin ice, right? You never know if the client is emotionally unstable, what's going on in their house, how are they personally financially. Like, there were so many projects that we were doing great, we were literally doubling their revenue month over month, and then they get some asshole whispering in their ear, hey, I can do it better, and they fucking fire you. And then guess what? They fail, and then they try to get you to come back, but you're hurt. And I've had this happen multiple times year over year, which is why I kind of want my agency to be like a hybrid of an agency and a private equity in a way. I already bought one of my clients. I am working on a deal right now with an ex-client where this actually happened, where they fired us after taking them from 10 grand a month to 100,000 a month. And they fucking fired us. So now they came back 4 years later like, hey, you want some equity? so I'll do what makes money. I'll do what doesn't take away from me making money. Ownership is always the best thing you can do, because you can A, exit, 2, you have more control, right? So I'm excited to do this. It's been a lot of fucking work, and I'm excited for the launch. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna take a drive there next week once it's all ready. I'll do a full walkthrough, and then basically when we launch, we'll do a little video then, and I'll just take you through the journey. You know, the way I approach businesses now, there's gonna be shit along the way that's gonna come up. I'm excited for the launch, but I also know there's gonna probably be some sort of hiccups along the way. So I'm not being emotional about it. I'm like, gonna launch soon. Whatever happens, happens. We'll just make it work like everything else. So anyway, guys, stay tuned for the release video of the barbershop. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.